Greetings and welcome to this video. Today we are going to do a review of the various trades that we took during the week after we did the weekly analysis on Sunday, which was Sunday for the first week of June 2025. So after the analysis we did, we took a couple of trades. Remember, we were waiting for price or market to get in our various zones, in our high decision zones, so that we can execute. So we are going to do a review of the various trades. This trade was taken on Monday. This was a Monday trade. We took this trade on Monday, and after doing the analysis on Sunday, remember we had this zone as a risky zone. We planned that if market reaches here, we're going to wait and see what will happen. That if we even take a trade here, this trade would be a scalp. That is a short-term trade, a type of trade that we exit very fast. Why? Because at this level, it wasn't really a confident trade. But equally here, we said this was a high decision zone. If the market reach here, we could either see a series of buys. I was more bullish on this market rather than seeing a series of sells, but the market didn't finally come here, and we equally had this zone as a risky zone or a short-term zone where if we were taking trade here, if it was a sell, we wouldn't have held the position long. So, and as our decision zone, if the market pushes up, we had this zone here, a high decision zone. So we expected that if we break out of this zone, if we break out of here, automatically the market is going to continue the bullish momentum. So this is what eventually happened. When the market reach here, we had a serious breakout. We have a serious bullish candlesticks patterns that were being printed here, and this gave us a buy confirmation that gave us this trade. So we entered the trade at this level, and we were able to ride the market right up to this level. So you can see that this was a beautiful execution. It was a beautiful execution as it aligned with our plan, with our strategy, and with everything we analyzed. So taking this trade was just executing the plan. So right here equally, I think this was on Wednesday. On Wednesday we had this, we equally had this analysis on Wednesday. We expected market to either push right down here, as I will mark. We expected market to either get to this level, to either get here and push back up. This is what we expected. Or we equally expected market to simply give us a break and retest of the zone, so we can enter for a buy. And the second option is what happened. We had a break and retest of this zone, so we took a short-term buy here, which went on very well. So this is what the execution was all about. This is what we planned, and this is what we executed for the week. We took just 2 trades, and fortunately the 2 trades were profitable. We respected the plan, the trading plan was respected, the strategy was respected, everything was just as we planned. So having seen how we planned and executed, what I would like to see right now is to do a market analysis for the week for gold and Euro USD. So right now, given that we are on gold, I'm going to clean this chart so we do a top-down analysis and see the overall direction of the market for the week. So I'm going to clean out all this. It is true some of the chart patterns will still be valid. Okay, so at this level, I'm going to the daily time frame in order to see the overall direction of the market. The overall direction of the market is a bullish one. We are in a bullish momentum, as you can see here. We have our zones properly marked. We have a demand zone here, we have the supply zone, and currently market is trending down. So I'm heading back to the 4 hours in order to see my market structure more clearer in a detailed form. So right here, where is market currently going? Where are the various zones that I can see? I can see this zone, I can see this demand zone. It is on the 4 hours time frame. Remember, the 4 hour time frame is a very powerful time zone as well. So any zone that is visible there should be treated with importance. So I have this zone, I equally have this zone here, another demand zone at this level that I'm going to mark. So right here, seems like I have something here. Okay, I'm going to head down to the 1 hour. I know in the 1 hour everything will be clear. So here, what do I have? Do I have something at this level? What do I have here? Yes, I have a demand zone here. I'm considering this as a demand zone. Okay, I have a zone at this level. Okay, I'm marking the zone as such. So what else do I have? I think I need some adjustments here. Need to do some adjustments here. Okay, I think we are good to go at this level. This zone is properly marked. Yes. So this is what I'm seeing presently at the moment on gold. Now after we have had our zones well marked, everything that needs to be marked, I think it has been marked. I'll remove this trend line. We might put it back after we finish doing our analysis. So these are the various zones I've been able to see on gold so far. This is it. So now I'll be asking myself, if the market is to go up or go down, where is the market going to start going up from, or where is the market going to take its liquidity? Where is it going to grab its liquidity to push up? Those are the questions I'm asking myself. So at this level, what else am I seeing? So here, very simply, I'm expecting market to get at this level. I'm expecting to see price do something like this and push back up. So this zone is a high zone of a decision zone for me. Or if the market reaches here, the market might reach here and give us a break and retest. If we have a break and retest here and the market pushes down, we might head in for short-term buys, for short-term sales, but then short-term sales at this level, expecting that we might head for short-term sales right up to this level. Why? Because this zone can reverse this market to the up. So if you are taking sales at this level, they are going to be short-term sales. So as my decision zone in the downside, this is a high decision zone for me. This zone, it is a high decision zone for me. This is high decision zone for me. And this zone as well. This zone as well is another high decision zone for me. So a lot is going to happen at this level. So we're going to wait for the market to reach, to either retest this zone. If it retests this zone and gives us a buy entry, we take the buys. If you have sales entry, we take a short-term sale right up to this level. So this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm currently seeing, and it doesn't exclude the fact that we might see a retest back to this level, to this zone. The market may retest here before pushing back down. So in either cases, we might see the market do something of such and goes back down, or we might see the market do something also and goes back up. So in either cases, if we are to take buys in this market, we shall either take buys at this level, which will be a less riskier trade for me. I can take buys at this level, given that the market has swept all the liquidity it needs right up to this level and it's going back up. I may take buys here, or here. And if the market gives us an indication of a break of this zone, we might change our bias to take sales for a small scalp, or we wait right here and here. After all, we are still in strategy. We are still in our strategy. Why? Because at this level, I will consider we have broken out of this double bottom and we have had another retest and we are pushing back down. So at this level, taking sales here will still be in our strategy. So this is what I'm seeing for gold. Please kindly give me your own bias on gold on the comment section. Remember, nobody is king of the market. Nobody knows. It is only when the market plays out that you can say my analysis were good and so I am king. I am king for this trade. So give me your view of your own analysis of the market. Do you align with me or do you have a different bias? So let me know in the comment section. So this is it for gold. I think we're going to head over to EURUSD as well. Let's analyze EURUSD and see what the market is giving us there. Right here we are on EURUSD. I equally have my zones equally marked already. My zones are already marked. So I'm going to get to the daily time frame for us to see the overall direction of the market. As you can see, we are in an uptrend. The market is pushing up. So I'm going to get back to the 4 hours. So right here I'm on the 4 hours time frame. I have my zones that have been marked already. I have these zones. There are a lot of zones. The chart is getting somehow dirty. So we have this, we have this, we have this, we have this. So at this level, what I'm expecting to see if I get to the 1 hour time frame, and if I can put my trend line as such, I'm going to place a trend line as such. So my trend line is going to be as such. I'm going to clone. Remember, we are channel traders as well. Okay, my trend line has been cloned as such. Okay, so what I'm expecting in this market is we may either see a push to the top, we may either see something of this nature. The market may retest back this zone and push back down, or we may retest, have a break and retest of this zone, and then we push back up. So this is what I'm seeing here for now. That's my first bias, and equally it doesn't exclude the fact that we may see something of this nature like this, and then we push back up. But if it happens that we break this zone, if the market breaks this zone, gives us a break and retest, that means automatically we are going down for sales. We may position for sales. So as my high zones, as my zones of high decision, I have these zones: high decision zone, high DC zone. I call it my DC zones. Call it my DC zones. And equally here I have a DC zone here. Okay, and finally I have a major DC zone here, which is a very far zone. This one is very far at this level. So this is what I'm seeing. So right now we open the London session opening. We might find the market here, or we might find the market somewhere here, or we might find the market consolidating around here. So after all, we should wait for our market in our decision zones. Should for the market in our decision zones. Why? Because jumping into trades here will be something somehow risky for me. So we wait for the market in our decision zones, and once the market gets there, we are going to take, once the market gets here, we are going to take our decision to either buy or sell. So this is what I'm seeing for Euro USD. As you know, I don't spend much time on the chart. If I open the chart, if I do not see what I'm expecting to see the next 15 minutes, that means the market, that means it isn't for me for that day. So I do not force myself on the chart. I just expect to see immediately as I open the chart to see what I want to see from the chart. So I'm going to go to GBPUSD. Let's analyze GBPUSD and see what is there for us. Right here we are on GBPUSD as well. My zones have equally been marked already, but let's head over to the 4 hours time frame, to the daily time frame, to see over the actual market. As you can see, we are in an uptrend. Let's get back to the 4 hours. Right here, as I said, I already did analysis for this. We have our zones that have been properly marked. We are on the 4 hours. Let's get to the 1 hour time frame and see what the market is showing us. So at this level, as my decision zone equally, you have there as my high decision zone, I have here this zone here. I equally have this other zone here. I have this other zone here as my other high decision zone. These are zones where I will confidently take trades, be it buy or sales. At this level, while right here at this level, this isn't a high decision zone for me because anything can happen here. Anything can happen here. So I'd rather, to be sure of the actual market, I'd rather wait for the market here or here. Why? Because at this level we might see anything happen at this level. So what is my overall bias here? My bias here is I will either wait for the market to drop right up to this level for me to look for buys or sells. But I'm more of buys here. I'm more of bullish. Why? Because the overall trend is a bullish one. But if at this level we see a kind of break and retest to the down, we're going in for sales, considering that we have broken the neckline of this double top. So equally, what I'm also seeing here, I'm expecting market to get here. Once market is here, this is where we're going to take decisions. Either we're going to get in for sales or buy, depending on what will happen here. But I'm more of a buy. I'm more of a bullish trend right here, a break and retest. So as I said, these are our zones of high decision. This is a zone of less of high risk. These zones are risky zones for me to get in for trades. So that is how I break down my chart. As you can see, when I do analyze, I have my zones of less risk and I have my zones of high risk. as you can see. So let me get down to the 15-minute time frame and see what is happening there. Okay, nothing special. So what we're going to do now is just to sit and wait for the London session to open. Once the London session open, if the market is in our various zones, we're going to execute as we have planned. We just plan and we execute when the plan is being met. That is all. That is it. So let me know in the comment section what you think about my analysis. This was my humble analysis. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, so that each time, hit the notification bell so that each time I upload content like this, you will be notified on time. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.